Hi, everyone. It looks like I am live. Hi, everyone. Yeah, it looks like I'm live. How is everyone doing? Happy Monday. So let's get right to it. So today I have a special guest. I have a special guest. This is my oldest daughter, Grace. She was not feeling well, so she decided to come onto the video today. That's what it is to be a mompreneur. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down on your bottom. Thank you. That's what it is to be a mompreneur. We are just on the go, trying to figure things out. But I think that, you shouldn't be ashamed of your children. You shouldn't feel like you have to separate your children from your work. And that's kind of why I went into entrepreneurship, because I want the whole experience to be inclusive for sure. So say hi. Hi. So today we're talking about multitasking is not effective. I know it's an unpopular opinion, especially among moms. Moms believe that we are master multitaskers, and we do have to be. That is very true. When you do have children, you are trying to take care of so many things, especially if you have more than one child. Even one child will ask you a rapid fire 10 different questions at one time. Rapid fire. I want this. I need this. Do this right now. It's like, whoa. So if you have more than one children, I happen to have more than one child. I have two. I mean, I understand that multitasking happens as a mom, especially when they're, smaller, under 5. There's so many things and so many demands that we have. You're doing good, mommy. Oh, thank you. There's so many demands that we have, and so here's the thing. But in business, and when you're working on building your business, so whether you are just starting out or you're trying to get your business to 6-figure months, you have to pick a project from start to finish and finish it and focus on one thing. So in this world that we live in, there's so many distractions. Distractions are very real. They're very real. I mean, we have to deal with them every day. I have to deal with distractions, personal distractions, relationship distractions, social media distractions, emotional distractions, just all kinds of things, like taking your time and attention away from getting one step closer to your goal or your intention. Now, I really like the idea of having a goal and an intention. So it's like, what should you do? You should do these steps. Read 2 books. One is Atomic Habits by James Clear. He has this really great way of letting people understand that in order to be successful in changing your habits and creating the habits that you want to have in your life, or to creating the outcome that you want, is all boils down to your habits. And because you want to create the outcomes that you want, and then it all boils down to your habits, then you create a system around your habits. And then Brian Tracy has this great book called The Art of Discipline, The Effective Discipline, or something like that. And he just really goes into discipline and how to maintain it, why to maintain it. It's a really just great book about that. Makes us all realize that our life is a basic sum choice of the things that we're doing. Now, some people like that. Some people like to hear about that. Some people do not. Why? Because it's all on us, right? Sometimes that's something that is easy to handle. Sometimes it's not. But one of the things that I have really found in business for a business owner, an entrepreneur, a mompreneur to grow her business, it is very difficult if you're trying to focus on 5 different things. Seriously. It's very difficult if you're trying to focus on 5 different things and you're trying to build 5 different things at the same exact time, unless you have a major team. Now, if you have a team of 20, 30, 40 people, 10, even 10, 20, 30, 40 people, and each person has a part to play in the team and you're just managing, then that's a little bit different. But if you're just starting out, or you're one person, or lower than a 5-person team, you have to focus on the events that are really actually going to make a difference. So let me give you an example. So in this world, we know, like, people will tell you how to get leads, or they'll say, oh, have a podcast, or write a book, do a webinar, do a live, build a course, speak from the stage. I mean, so many things. Do here, do this, build your following on Facebook, TikTok. TikTok's a hot thing. LinkedIn, do this, go here, get in people's DMs, organic, paid. I mean, it's just a lot. And I find that if you're trying to just focus on those things, if you're trying to do all of those things at once, you will find yourself not doing any of those things really well. And so here's the thing. The thing is, you can do all of those things. So I want to encourage you right now. You can do all of those things. All of those things is possible to do. You can achieve every goal. You can have be a multifaceted person and choose all kind of multifaceted goals. But the reality is, you probably cannot build 9 different buildings by yourself at the same time. So you have to finish one, go to the next. Finish finish that one, go to the next. Finish that one. And so in the architect stage, in the planning stage, not enough people spend enough time really thinking things through, right? In that thinking stage. I know people say, oh, analysis paralysis. People will start telling you, oh, don't get analysis paralysis. People will start telling you, just execute, just do it, just implement, just go, just do this, just do this, just get this done. But here's the reality of it. If you if you really plan out everything, let's say you want to do a podcast, you want to write a book, let's say want to do a podcast, you have a weekly newsletter, you uh, created a course, and then you speak part time. Those are a lot of different things on your plate. And if you're trying to do all of those things at once, your attention will be divided and you will not be as effective. You will just not be as effective. Versus if you say, listen, I want to get my newsletter up and running. I want to get my newsletter. I want to pick my newsletter technologies I want to use. I know what I'm going to write. I have a 6-month plan of what I'm going to write. Or just, kind of essential. Maybe you write 2 months in advance of the newsletter drops every week. You have all the graphics. You have this. And then now after you get feedback, after a month, 2 months, 3 months, you can put it on autopilot. And then you can move to the next thing. Shh, Chris. You can move to the next thing. Then you can move to the next thing. You can say, okay, I'm about to move to the next thing. And the next thing is, okay, I'm going to do a podcast. Okay, you have the podcast, you have this, you have your graphics, you have this. Because each of these things that you want to do, when we say, hey, I want to do this to earn revenue, there are so many steps involved to doing that to earn the revenue. That's why if you just pick one thing, hey, Elizabeth, how are you? So it's so good to see you. I'm using StreamYard, so it's different like when you're actually using it, when you're actually live on Instagram or so, or Facebook. I'm not sure what I'm doing. Say hi to Elizabeth. Say hi. So it's so important to understand that multitasking is not effective. It is not effective because it makes you lose your potency in the building stage. So once you have built on a strong foundation, one thing, and that is working on autopilot. It's making you a lot of money. It doesn't even have to be making you a lot of money. That's not even necessary, but it's on solid ground. You can basically put it on autopilot. You can basically outsource it or delegate it to someone else. Then, okay, let's start a new project. Unless you have a big team of 10 people or more that different people can spearhead those projects. If it's just you and a small team of 2 or 3 other people, you want to start and finish. Don't multitask, but keep your planning stage clear. Spend enough time in the thinking stage. You don't need to overthink, but some thought needs to go into it, because as you think every step through, you will see how much work needs to happen. And then as you think it through, as you're doing it, you will see how much work has to happen. Hello, Michael. Then as you're doing it, you'll see how much work has to happen. So as you're doing it, you will also see how much work has to happen. You'll be like, oh, all these things have to happen for this to work. This has to happen. That has to happen. Listen, life is beautiful. Is a beautiful chaos when you are a mompreneur, working mom of any kind. Actually, a working parent, a dadpreneur, a mompreneur, working dad, working mom. I mean, the journey, the juggle. I heard someone say it, the juggle is real. I love that. So I really wanted to come here and talk about that unpopular opinion and just talk about what you should do instead. You should laser focus on the most important thing. Brian Tracy will tell you, listen, write your 10 or 15, write down your goals. Let's say you have 10 goals and you want to do this, and this. You want to go to the Caribbean, you want to buy a house, you want to remodel, you want new furniture, you want to pay for the kids' college. Let's say you have 10 goals. And then he says, okay, what is the one thing you could do and work on that will help you reach all of the goals, right? So if you have this one thing taken care of, how will that impact all of the goals? Then you focus on that one thing, because once that one thing is taken care of, then you will see major advancement in all of your goals. Major. You will see major advancement in all of your goals. And that is very exciting. And so for a lot of people, maybe your goal is to spend more time with your family. But to do that, you have to create a business where your location is not, you don't have to go. Maybe you can work from home. So you feel like if I could work from home, if I could work remotely, you know, that would give me major advancement towards all my other goals. Then you need to focus and do whatever you need to do to work from home. So I know it's an unpopular opinion. I know moms love to brag about how much they love to multitask. I know, I've done it. And as a mom, you do multitask, but you also know what it's like when you have focus and you can focus on something from beginning to end. You know what it's like when your children are constantly interrupting you, constantly interrupting you, constantly interrupting you, constantly interrupting you, versus when you have an hour or two to put your heart and soul into something, whether that's pleasure, knitting, or it's for enjoying being present in the moment, being with your children, or it's business, or it's growing something, or it's doing research, or it's learning. We all know what it's like when you have unfiltered time to really focus on that. And you can get so much out of 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes of uninterrupted time than if you're constantly every minute being interrupted by fill in the blank, right? Being interrupted by fill in the blank. So thank you for being with me. I just, wanted to hop on here. I like to hop on here and give little tips as we go along the way. Tip here, tip here, tip here, tip here. I want to hear what you have to say about multitasking. I'm open to all perspectives. I really am. So if you have a different perspective, please share it in the comments. Please message me. Please share with us how you manage your productivity and how you manage your effectiveness in your business. I'd love to know. All right. Love you guys. Talk to you soon. Bye. Bye.